and this gets in the way perhaps of achieving something positive. To me, recycling doesn't really seem to be the answer here. According to Apple News, and I quote, "Annual plastics production has more than doubled in the last 20 years to 460 million tonnes and is on track to triple within the next 4 decades. That means the next 40 years. 2/3 of this output is discarded, having been used once or a few times, and winds up as waste, as rubbish, in other words. Less than 10% of plastics are recycled. That's terrible. Less than 10% of plastics are recycled. We'd have to make a lot of change to make recycling the solution here. This feels like another of those issues which ordinary people care about a lot if they're informed about it. It also feels like it can only be up to governments or big industries to make a difference here. And no one organisation or country can take whole responsibility for this. It's just too large. It's got to be a collective responsibility. There are no easy solutions, but it has to be arrived at by agreement. Not one country, not one government, but many working together. Industry isn't going to do it. Their primary purpose is to make profit, but of course they can be influenced into doing it. When I look at this sort of problem, I conclude that our lives really have to change a lot in the next few years if we're going to make a difference. It's hard to imagine our lives without plastics. Impossible, perhaps, but maybe it would look a bit more like the 1950s when our food came in brown paper bags and our drinks came in glass bottles rather than plastic. Glass is much easier to recycle. I do hope that we're going to put an end to this problem and respect our planet more than we do at the moment. We can't just keep on doing this as though it's not a problem. Plastic can take hundreds of years to decompose, to break down, in other words. Can we make a difference individually to our planet drowning in plastic? Well, if you feel strongly about this, I do believe we can. How can each of us make a difference to this seemingly overwhelming problem? I guess we choose a reusable bottle over a plastic bottle. I guess we choose a reusable coffee cup rather than using one containing plastic. I guess we use reusable bags for our shopping instead of plastic bags. And perhaps we say no to products with too much plastic packaging. In this way, we are voting with our wallets. That means we're telling industries that it's not okay to carry on producing this plastic, especially those that are single use or those that can't be recycled. If we start demanding change not just from our governments, but from the industries, the businesses that produce our products, supply our goods, maybe that's the way to get the message across. Imagine if millions of us started to make these changes. Imagine the impact that that might have. It's a bold idea, but one worth considering. After all, our oceans, the health of our marine life, and ultimately our own human health are at stake here. Let us know what you think. Let us know your opinion on this. We'd love to hear from you. Enough for now. Have a lovely day. Speak to you again soon. Goodbye.